For this video lesson, I'm going to discuss some general guidelines and some techniques you can use when you write about sources in MLA format for this particular assignment. These are the general guidelines that I would want students to follow. When you're writing about your sources for this particular essay, I'd like for you to maintain the flow of your ideas while discussing the research or evidence. Don't interrupt the flow of the essay or your ideas by just injecting random quotes here and there or random facts. It's good to have a conversation that's fluid and that flows well from one idea to the next. Number two, use good language conventions while you write about your research or evidence. By that I mean like using transitional phrases to lead into things, or being able to effectively use commas to lead into quotes, or when you're not supposed to lead into a quote with a comma, as well as like some opportunities to use semicolons or colons effectively in your writing. And we'll discuss more specific examples of that later. Rule number three, it is very important that you cite your sources, to give credit where credit is due. And in this video, we're going to model that. And then number four, this is a rule that is new compared to when I was a young person so long ago, but in a series of sentences that came from one source and from the same page, if the source is paginated, you only need to cite the source at the end of the series of sentences rather than at the end of every single sentence. When I was growing up, I had to write a research paper in high school or two, and basically we had to cite our source almost at the end of every single sentence. But that also was because most of the sources back in those days were what are called paginated. Either they were a magazine that had a page number, or they were books that had a page number, or they were a scholarly journal that had a page number. And anything that has a page number, you have to, if you got information on page 3, and one of those sentences, was from page 3, you got to do a citation for page 3. Let's say your next sentence was from page 4, you have to do a new citation. But luckily, in the sources we've used, they've been all digital sources. So generally speaking, just follow rule number